Oh yeah, y'all caught me, didn't you? Y'all caught me, didn't you? It's okay. It's okay. Miss J was trying to do something. Y'all know how I do stuff. Y'all know how I do stuff at the last minute. I am so sorry, but y'all know what? Y'all get with me because I got to do this. I was trying to do it before my intro in, and I'm keep running into some problems. But it's okay. We gonna do this. But thank y'all for coming in. Y'all come on in here. Get on in here. Get on in here. Y'all share this out. Sprinkle this out. Sprinkle this out. Oh yeah, cause we get ready to have a conversation tonight. Look, y'all. Look, I'm trying to share something. That's what I'm trying to do, and I'm having some problems trying to do it. I don't see where. I thought if you go on somebody's page, you better like write something or type something, and I don't see why I better do that. Okay, I think it got shared out. Y'all sprinkle this out. Y'all sprinkle this out for me. Sprinkle this out. But anyway, yeah, I don't see why I can type anything. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, but this is okay. I'm sorry, y'all, but thank you. I'm all the way back, y'all. I'm all the way back. I'm on the way back. Let's get this on and popping. Let's get this on and popping. Let's get this on and popping. Thank y'all for waiting on me. I had to handle something. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. But anyway, welcome, 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 welcome to what Miss J Speaks talk show and podcast two. Now the reason why I put that two behind because it's another one around here floating around here that was mine, but it was stolen. So I'm number two, okay? But anyway, let me say this: trigger warning, and I will say this: enter this show tonight at your own risk, um, because this is going to be a no host bar interview with a very very special guest of mine. And you know what? I'm not even gonna hold it even longer. Let me just go and get this started. So, yes, tonight she is founder and y'all share this out and head of Stand and Walk with Me, the movement. She's a member of the LGBTQ community, LGBTQ plus community. She's also an advocate for the LGBTQ plus community. Now, I'm gonna go ahead on and bring up to this stage the wonderful, the brave, and the reason why I say brave, y'all, because when you hear her story, you're gonna see why I'm saying this, why I'm saying this. This brave queen, yes, Queen Lorica. There she is. Yes, honey. Yes, 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 yes. You come on in here. Come on in here. Yes. Yes.
Hey, baby.
Give it up. Give it up. Give it up for this queen right here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What you want to say, Queen?
Hey there, everybody. I'm glad that y'all tuned in to hear this interview on what Miss J want to, find out and want to share with the rest of her viewers and the world. And I just hope that y'all will enjoy this interview. And let's just see what this gonna be about.
Exactly. And I also want to add, well, y'all know my mouth. All right. So I want to add, I will not tolerate any disrespect during this interview. Do, y'all know I don't have that on none of my interviews. This interview, because I know there's some people out here, because like I said, I done had two people inbox me asking me why I'm doing this. So y'all mind your damn business. But it's not gonna be no disrespect tonight. It's not gonna be none of this. It's everything is gonna be respectful. You got questions. She's willing to answer your questions. Now, I'm gonna say this. It's her prerogative if it be a question asked and she chooses not to answer it. That's her prerogative, okay? Just letting y'all know that. But for right now, it's really basically she's an open book. But I'm just saying might be that one question that she just don't want to divulge, and it's okay. We gotta respect that. We gotta respect that. All right. So we're gonna go ahead on and get again, sweetheart. Thank you for being up in here. Y'all share
Thank
this
you.
out. Y'all share this out. Y'all share this out. Were you able to put that on your page? Because I tried.
No, because you put it up there too late.
No, I thought. See, that's why I thought if I'm following you and I go to your page, right? I thought it's a spot there where like I can say hi to the Rica. I didn't see nothing where I could copy and paste it right there. I didn't see
All
anything.
thing you got to do is put it into the Just like when you want to post a picture, put it in there and just put the link in there so everybody can get to it.
Right. That's what I was trying to. I didn't see a spot where I can just, like you do your page. You want to say what's going on, right? And you start typing.
Yeah.
I didn't see a spot there where me just drop, copy and paste because I had it copied. I just need to paste it. I didn't see it.
Okay. You probably overlooked it.
I sent it to you. I sent it to your messenger. I mean, I
So you
told you,
want me you
yeah,
want me to do it?
yes, I do, because I promised you we were going to do that. I'm a woman of my word.
Okay.
I sent
Okay.
it to you, so I'm thinking about you being the owner of your page. You should be able to put it to your page, because that's what I promised you we was going to do that. And I'm sorry, y'all. I try to be a woman of my word. That's why I was trying. I didn't see how to do it. I did not see how to do it, and that's what we're going to do, because that's the promise that I made to her, that's what was going to happen. I don't even see where you can, if it's live, I don't see where you can tag. Um, so if y'all watching this, y'all share it out. So see if you can share it, sweetheart. But anyway, I wanted to make sure we're able to do this because this is so important, not only to her but for me also. Because I want her followers, because she has a lot of followers, and I want her followers to be able to see it live also on her page. I went there. If anybody know how I'm supposed to do it, y'all let me know. Thank you, Jody Williams, for coming in here. Thank y'all. I see you. I see you. Thank you, Miss Davis. Thank you, Miss Ward, Banquez Ward. Hey, Queen, how you doing? Thank y'all for coming in here. We're trying to get it shared on Queen's page. And I'm following her on both of my pages. So can somebody tell me why I'm not able to do it? Because I got it copied and I was going to there try to find where I can put in that spot and hit paste and that's it. And I don't know. Hopefully she'll be able to do it. Because I want her followers also to be able to see it. I sure do. Because I'm following her on both of my pages. And I'm disappointed. I'm kind of pissed about that because I thought I'd be able to bada bing, bada boom, and see, I don't. It don't. It's not showing me. See, I don't have where I can type in and say something to her. Say, hey, how you doing? I don't have nothing. It's just her page. Or do she have to be following me also? Is that how that works? Then I'll be able to do something. Y'all let me know. Y'all come on in here. Y'all come. We ain't got started yet. We got a little hiccup going on, but we're gonna be okay because I want everybody. I want my LGBTQ plus community to come on in. Y'all share it out. Y'all get them in here because this interview is gonna inspire you, the one that's sitting over there in the corner, that's scared to death to tell your family what's really going on with you. This is gonna empower you to be able to do that because you got to start walking in your truth. And one thing about Miss J love everybody. I don't judge nobody. I would never do that. I would never do that. I want people to heal. I want people to start their healing journey. And you need to be able to walk in your truth. You need to be able to do that. Aren't you tired of lying? Aren't you tired of telling your family lies? Aren't you tired of acting like you're married and you're not married? Ain't you tired of that? See, this right here is going to help you be able to come on and get it on out to your family. You straight now? We ready?
Yeah, I did it, baby.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. Now I feel better because I did not
Okay.
feel like Miss J was lying to you. I feel better. Let's go.
Okay.
All right. Again, thank you for being in here. Thank y'all for waiting for us. I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So again, we're gonna get started. So tell me how how you was as a child. Were you mean? Were you bullied? Were you bullying people? How were you as a child? Yeah.
Honestly, when I was a kid, I was a nice kid. I was a friendly child. I was very curious about the world,
Wow.
about the trees and the stars and the moon and stuff like that. So I wasn't no bully or nothing. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't even I didn't even bully my brother, but I was just an ordinary kid that did what your mama told you to do,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what it was.
Okay, so you have brother.
Yes, my brother. His name Mark.
So you're the oldest.
Oldest. Yes, I'm the oldest.
Okay, you're the oldest. So you was curious, huh? That's 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 uh that's interesting because some of us as children we don't be curious about the trees and all of that. That's really interesting that you was like that. How were you in
Yeah.
school? How were you in school
How was I in school for as well?
as a child growing up? Fourth grade, third grade, sixth grade, seventh grade. Where you kind of threw your hand up on the answer some all the time, or you the one that just didn't say nothing?
Well, to me, it just depends on the subject. With social studies and science was my good. I love this science and social studies.
Really?
Yes, I did, and
Wow.
I was really in tune in those classes, but I wasn't the type of student that was like up front or nothing like that. I was just an ordinary student, really. Just wanted to get it over with.
Just get it on over. So
Yes.
you was like that all the way through. So now we dealing with childhood. Let's go let's go to did you play were you the type not to play any kind of sports or anything? Were you interested in doing anything like that?
Yes, I played football and I played basketball and I played a little baseball. And I was good in every sport.
So okay, so you were liking sports and all of that then. Okay. All
Yes.
right. All right. So, and let me say this: if anybody got the question, y'all put it in the comments. So now, if we don't look at it right then, don't think we're eating your question. We'll get to it, okay? Just let y'all know that if you got a question, put it in the comments. All right. So you was would you say you was a happy-go-lucky child, right? At one point, right?
Well, for as me dealing with that part of my life, yes.
That part of your life, right, exactly. Happy-go-lucky. Were you say that you was a mama's boy?
Of course.
No, ain't nothing wrong with why let me ask you this. Why do people feel like there's something wrong with admitting that you're a mama's boy? Why
I,
do people saying that?
well, honestly, my opinion is because you believe what mama say and you do what mama asks you to do. You just a good child.
Exactly.
And what I was, as my mama firstborn seed, I was the first. So
Wow.
I, I needed to know. This my mama, so this the only things I know. I knew.
Oh, okay. I wondered why people I ain't why they feel like they don't want to just admit that it is what it is. All
Yeah.
right. So I'm going. I'm gonna go a little further here. Let me see, because I like to try to say stuff just as delicate as I can when I do interviews. Um, at what age did you start noticing some changes in you?
It was really before Head Start.
Really?
Honestly, I didn't know it was changes. I just knew it's what I liked it. You know, you know. I knew that I liked my nails long. My mama always used to plait my hair. Back then in them days, black
Mm-hmm.
folk had a lot of plaits, most
Mm-hmm.
definitely in them days.
Mm-hmm.
And because my mama used to have her hair plaited a lot, and it just I always walked in my mama's shoes,
Wow.
and I always walked in my mama's shoes. And she always used to tell me to get out of her shoes.
I was getting ready to say she didn't have to say, get out of my shoe. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
and
Wow. So
you know,
you Head Start, you said so that's what 5 years old, 6 years old, Head Start? You
so
start
I can't remember at that time frame because it was so long ago.
yeah, I
But I
get it.
was young. I was young.
You was young. All right, so now we're gonna fast forward you now. Um, I watched one of your lives, several of your
Hmm.
lives, to tell you the truth. Um, what I want to know is at what age, at what age did you start experiencing, and it's called ancestral molestation. That's what it's called.
Hmm.
Talk about it.
Well, when my uncle first touched me, I was around probably 5, maybe 6, but I had ended up telling my mom, and my mama went in there in the room, confronted him because she didn't even ask me no questions. As soon as I told her, she went and got in his face about it. So
Mm-hmm.
it was a big argument back there. All of a sudden, I heard some the rooms that went vroom, 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 vroom. My grandmama went in there and she broke up the fight. And
Oh,
I
okay.
walked in there at first, but they was trying to tell me to get out. So I noticed that my uncle, he was bleeding. He was scratched. My mama scratched him up bad. And I went back to the living room, and but I'm listening. So I remember that my grandmama told my uncle Abram to grab her, and he ended up grabbing her wrist with
Mm.
both hands. And my grandma went in there and she just beat the shit out of my mama. But after after that episode right there, my uncle did not touch me no more because my mama was in her right mind. So I would say probably around like a year later, after my mama had a breakdown, that's when he started again.
This one, that one uncle.
Oh,
Okay, it's okay. It's okay, y'all. This y'all share. Y'all sprinkle this out. Sprinkle this out. And again, trigger warning, because this may trigger someone. Because we're talking about a very sensitive subject here. In which y'all know that's what I do on my platform. I talk about them topics people don't like, people sweep up on the rug. This Jet talk, we talk about it because we need to talk about stuff like this. We do. And I thank y'all for coming in here. Put your questions down there. Put your questions down there. Let me see what, let me read some comments.
can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you, baby. Uh-huh.
I don't know why these people keep calling me and it's not got the sound.
Okay, I can hear you. Okay. So take off from where after a year later. That's where you was at. A year later, after your grandma and mom was fighting.
Yeah, after like after a year, cause my mama was going to Head Start with me, and she was telling the teachers and the bus drivers and stuff that after I revealed to her that I was a girl, I mean, she went and told her, the Head Start. So I noticed when I was real little in Head Start that there was a lot of teachers and the principals was in there, and they were just observing me. And I remember, I think it was Miss Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
She she brought me 2 dolls, and they was Raggedy Ann and Raggedy Andy. And she was like, "Which dolls you like?" So I always went to Raggedy Ann, and I didn't want to play with the boys. I was hanging with the girls, and I was curious. I was like, my hair plaited, and girls got plastic bow reds. Why I don't have any? So
Mm-hmm.
I was just going up to them, like taking bow reds off and all this and that. And they used to give me some of their bow reds, and I used to come home with a pocket full of bow reds.
Wow. Wow.
So, but the molestation started like after a year.
A year after you told your mother.
Yes.
So
She
take
whooped
us,
them.
take us through a scenario of what he would do. Trigger.
Huh?
Take us through a scenario of what he would do, how he started with you.
how the way my abuser first started, he used to wink. Then he
Huh.
used to do that. He used to do that. He always say, "Hey, boy." That's how he first started, and it just eventually just kept escalating of him just wanna rub me on my arms and rub me on my legs. Then you know yes, he was like that. He said, "I'm gonna make you my girl. You're a cutie pie," and all this. And I used to be like, "Go on, leave me alone." But he just was very consistent. He always did it when nobody was looking, when everybody's backs was turned. Most definitely the winking and the kissing. He always used to do that like simultaneously. But he always he always touched me majority of the time when I'm outside and nobody's outside. And most definitely when everybody was gone away from the house.
Mm. And you was there by yourself with him.
I was there with my brother Marvin. And my mama was there too, but she had a breakdown. So
Oh
she
God.
mentally wasn't there. And sometimes he used to touch me in front of my mama while my mama liked that and started laughing.
Are you huh?
I'm dead serious. He used to do that. I remember my brother was drawing and I was sitting on the couch beside my brother. And he was talking to us. And he just started picking with my mama and picking with us. He said, look at y'all mama. Your mama crazy as a damn Betsy bug.
Oh no.
Look at her. Look at her. She can't even help you. She can't even help you. And I remember my uncle, that's when he came over and started touching us and want to show us his dick and all that. And I remember telling him to stop and all this and that. And I remember looking at my mama when he was, touching Marvin. And I used to look at my mom. And when I looked at her, I seen her turned around and looked at me. And she ended up leaving because I knew she was gone then. When she left, I knew she wasn't there.
She wasn't there.
And we had to deal with April all by ourselves.
Oh no. Are you serious?
Yeah.
That demon. But that's a demon. I don't mean no harm, but that's a demon. So you and your brothers had to fend. Wait a minute, weren't your grandmother there in the house?
She was there, but she wasn't there at the times when he came after us, like a pit bull. I mean, when my grandmama was there, he was doing a lot of teasing and touching, but nothing like when everybody gone.
Oh, so wait a minute. Wait a minute. So he did the teasing and the touching, but when everybody gone, that's when everything went further.
Yeah. Now
Wow.
when he got now when he used to come home drunk and hop in the bed with me, now that was a different story.
So so was he doing this when he was drunk, or he just do it here? He was doing it anyway.
He was doing high, drunk, or sober. It
Wow.
didn't matter with him.
So it kind of makes me wonder, and I don't know if y'all viewers, y'all when y'all listen at this, I just have to wonder, was he done that way?
I don't have a clue and don't care.
Yeah, you said for him to feel like that's okay to do to you see what I'm saying? Sometimes abuse
Hmm.
will carry it on. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes some of them will. So
Hmm.
that went on for a long time.
Yes, all the way to high school.
Wow. When did you tell him?
I first told my grandmama when I was about 7.
Okay.
and she told me to go back to bed. Don't tell nobody to keep my mouth closed. And that was the end of that conversation. And I had to go back into the bedroom, back with my uncle, wrestling him all through the night.
Oh, at 7 years old.
Yeah, I
Knowing.
mean, he was just after me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He said he want to make you his girl. That is so sickening. Oh my God. Oh my God. So after after you experience that through your life journey, right? High school, you got out of school and all. But let's back up. You said you played sports, right?
Yeah.
Now, when you were playing sports, did you feel different, or were you still trying to tone it down? When you Because you playing sports, you see what I'm saying?
Well, to honestly to tell you the truth,
Come on with it, yeah.
when I was young at that time, and when I was playing sports, I was a teenager,
Okay.
and so that was the life for me to face at the house. And when I was out in the public around other people's, I had to be normal.
So you had to act. Okay, I see you saying you gotta. In other words, you had to hide.
Well,
You had.
I wouldn't say hide. I had to accept that this was normal for me to go through at this house.
Okay, you gotta.
So
Okay,
so
saying.
when I was around playing football, it was just me playing sports. But when I go to the house, that was normal living at the house.
Wow, you went
I
through
had to deal with Ava.
every night. Isn't that oh Jesus? And it's bad you went through that for all them years. So now after high school, when did you know and realize it's time for me to be me?
Well, when I was little, I already knew that I was a girl before he started touching me. But you know, as time was going on, growing up in that house, I was letting Larica out, and I was letting her out every time, every time I had a chance to, I let Larica out.
Okay.
But when I first really let Larica out was in 2002. That's when I was going to New Orleans, and I was around my daughter. She's 18, so I was around like 20,
Mm-hmm.
21 when I really let Larica out. First time coming out in full flesh.
Mm-hmm. So that
Yes.
okay, but then when you came back home, it wasn't like that, right? Because you still haven't told your family.
No, I had to, when I was little, when I had revealed to my mom that I'm a girl, I remember her, she told me, let's keep this a secret. Because the people's in this house will not see you as a girl. They're going to see your boy. But it's a story before all that, but I'm just getting to the point.
Okay.
So, so it was just me just dealing with a double life for damn near all my life.
Right.
I knew how to be the boy when I'm in these areas, but I know how to be my true self somewhere else. And I did that for decades.
Wow.
I did that for
Decades.
decades. I did that for decades. I'm
So
44 now,
wow. So
but
when
I'm in my truth now.
yeah, I get you. So when you okay, because I do remember, because like I said, I watch your videos. And I remember you were saying about what made you want to turn to the church though. What made you want to do that?
Well, at that time, I was so tired of Larry. I mean, I always been tired of Larry. I never could be Larry. Everybody that saw me and saw my swag as a guy, it's just Larry, 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 Larry.
Mm-hmm.
And I was making horrible decisions inwardly, in my life, in my personal life as a guy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I just needed to change. I mean, I didn't know what I was at the time. I just knew I was something. I knew I wasn't like verbatim to say that I was just a gay man. I
Right.
knew I wasn't no gay man. I knew I was a girl, but I didn't know what the hell I was. Was I a she male? Was I a drag queen? I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
So it just, it just, I just got tired and I needed to go to church and see, does the Bible say anything about a person like me?
Oh, wait a minute. Stop right there. So, because I just had a thought. So, when you was going to church, okay, because I'm thinking you was going to church to try to not really be that way, but you was going to church to try to see did the Bible say something. Okay, go ahead on. Okay,
I was in church trying to find answers,
okay.
trying to find answers to, about people like me. And because, like, in one of my videos, I said that I always heard uh, the preach gospel because my grandmama kept the preach word. So I had already had heard a lot of things about God.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm at this time now I'm finna get in the church, but I'm going through these metamorphoses mentally. I'm going through all these different feelings, and I needed to know who am I. I need to know what am I, or is there a sinful nature to or what I am.
So would you?
And
So would you say that considered an identity crisis? Would you?
honestly, it probably you probably can tie that in as an identity crisis because I just knew I wasn't no boy. I knew I was a girl, but
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't know what form of girl I was.
Right. Okay.
Like I said, I didn't know was I a drag queen or a transsexual. I mean, I didn't know. I didn't have a clue. I just knew I was in this body with guy parts, and I did guy stuff, and I never enjoyed it.
Really?
Never enjoyed it.
So
I hated playing football, but I was so good at it because of my size.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But you hated it, so you ready to get up out of there. You ready to leave that alone. So you went to church to find answers, and what happened?
Well, I had got committed to the church in Jonestown, Mississippi, and I became a student of the Bible. I was committed to it, committed.
Wow.
But in the process of me being a student of the Bible and being a member of the church, here I am now. I have to form another character, Brother
Wow.
Larry.
See there? Okay.
So at that time, I'm excited that I'm learning,
Mm-hmm.
about God and all this and that, because I
Mm-hmm.
was agreeing to it for some of the things that I have heard when I was a kid. But it's just that I was always leaving church, going back home, and every time when I looked in the mirror, I always saw Larica. She was right there, looking at me. I never saw Larry. I don't care how many times I had my hair cut, put on shave my mustache, my goatee. I never saw Larry. I
Mm-hmm.
always saw the face that y'all see. Always. Never did. That's why I knew I was different. Everybody saw Larry, but I never saw Larry.
Let me ask
And
this
I battled with that. I battled with that for
for a
a
long
very
time.
long time.
It really was like like you said, you were living double or triple lives, really, because you brother Larry, and you was in that church hard. You said, you see what I'm saying? You were saving, so you were bringing. Okay, let me ask this. So as you bringing members and you saving souls, you get people to join church, right? You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Did it ever? And if you can remember, did you ever say to yourself, I got to stop doing this?
Well,
All
when
right.
I well to tell you the truth,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I blocked that part out because I saw a need of people needing to be saved.
Wow.
So I wanted people to change their life over, to serve the Lord and all this and that. I mean, this is really truth.
Mm-hmm.
And this is no exaggeration. I was a very effective witness at that church. Very effective.
All right.
And it just sometimes when I know that when I'm witnessing to somebody and they confide in me and tears my heart goes out because that was the love that I was born with.
Okay.
And it made me feel connected with them because I went through some bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though I never revealed it, but I was so pretty much educated from experience of growing up in a broken home on
Okay.
how to adapt to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I was very effective. But it was just like it was a job. Every time when I went home, there go Larica.
Stare you in the face.
Stared me in the face every time. I had got so used to it of hiding Larica. What my mama told me when I was little, it was scripture.
Mm-hmm.
So I viewed the whole world as that.
Mm.
Because all the time when I really was being a girl was around my mama
That's the
when I
only
was little.
okay, when you are your mom.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or when I was in my room by myself after she had her breakdown. Or sometimes I used to be walking down the road because we was in the country. So I could walk and I was walking like a girl, hand gestures, everything. But every time I step a foot back in that yard or in bird's eye view, I'm Larry.
Now see that right there alone, and you say you went through that for decades. I know at one point that had to just be so tiresome because I'm acting this person today. Now I'm in church. That had all this back and forth. I know that was tiresome.
Well, it had got down to when I was around like maybe 27, 28.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, it was before that because I had my daughter when she was 26. So it happened like a few years, maybe 5 or 6 years later because I was 19 when I gave my life over to Christ.
Okay. Okay.
And
Okay.
somewhere in that, Larica was cracking. She was hatching. And the urge. People don't know when you trapped inside of a man body. It's really hard to really explain it unless you like me. But when I knew it was time for Larica to hatch, when I first hatched, it was so fucking hard to control her. It was just so hard to I didn't, the hand gesture was starting to come out a little bit. My mindset was changing. I couldn't hardly think like a guy. at sometimes, and some of the interests that I was blocking was starting to be interests of girls again, and this
What?
was pure signs that she ready to come out. So I didn't know what to do.
Wow.
I really didn't know what to do. I really didn't know what to do. Only thing I know, I was depressed in church, and I was trying not to do too much body movement. I was
Right.
pretty much trying not to say too much. I was just, I was trapped. So I made a decision.
Mm-hmm.
I'm finna go to New Orleans.
Why New
And
Orleans?
because I did my research and they have the LGBTQ plus community down there. But at that time, I didn't know what I was. So I just knew I told myself I must be a drag queen. Must be.
Mm-hmm.
Because those are people like me that dress like women.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I wasn't no cross dresser. I knew that. It's because I didn't see myself that
Stand right there
way.
now. Stand right there. Sit right there. So actually, help me understand, and the viewers understand what's the difference between a cross dresser and a drag queen. I mean, because I'm not. Now, I'm seeing. I'm telling. I don't know. I don't know no answer. That's why I want to know. And I ain't ashamed to say it. I don't know. What is the
Well,
difference?
a cross dresser is a guy who is not gay, but just love putting on women clothes
That really. I mean.
for his fantasy. That's his fantasy.
Oh,
But a drag queen is somebody who performs as a woman with a lot of makeup and shiny clothes and all this and that. And
now,
some of them are not gay, but some of them are.
I was getting ready to say, cause like RuPaul, okay, RuPaul is the drag queen, but
Yes,
he's gay.
yes. It's a job.
Yeah, yeah, I get it.
But I knew I wasn't that when I went to New Orleans. I discovered that.
Okay, okay. And how?
Yeah. Huh?
How did you realize that wasn't you there?
Well, when I went down there, I had I had went on Bourbon Street.
And I
I
remember.
remember like it was yesterday. And at that time on Bourbon Street, they had a transsexual strip club.
Okay.
And when I was walking by, I saw the girls standing out by the door. And I was looking at them. And I was like, they ain't no drag queen and nothing. So I was like, let me go ahead and check this out.
Hmm.
So I had purchased a $5 drink and I sat down. So the girl came up to me because, you know, I'm in the identity of Larry.
Oh,
Well, yes, because I didn't know what I needed to, know what this is about.
okay. Hmm.
So I went in there and I was seeing my transgender sisters. They were stripping on the pole and doing all that, and I was just amazed how beautiful they were and
Yes.
how I mean they was fucking gorgeous.
Hmm.
So when the girl, one of the dancers came over and she sat in my lap and she asked me what did I wanted to drink. I asked her. I said, "What are y'all?" And she like, "Why you ask?" I said, "Because I'm one too." And she looked at me and said, "Hell no," because I was in beard, mustache, and everything. I said, "No, baby." I said, "I am one. I'm breaking free." And she said, "We are transsexuals." And that's when I said, "Transsexual. That's
That,
what I
that's
am."
what
And I
you.
was committed to them. I kept coming. But when I used to go back to the hood in New Orleans, I always came back to the hood as Larry, but I was coming out as Larica in New Orleans.
And New
You
Orleans.
know,
Okay.
Yes, I was coming out as Larica in New Orleans because I found the place that I could go to
Exactly.
and,
Exactly.
and learn and what I'm saying, get taught and all this and that.
Hmm.
And I ended up getting attracted to one of them, and we just was just real good friends because they were beautiful.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, they were real beautiful.
And I can, and I now, I y'all know Miss J. I keep 100 up here, and I'm, I mean, I might be stupid, but I'm just gonna be honest and say this. Honestly, the first time I heard the word transgender, I am not lying. Here's the truth. I said I want to tell you. Y'all remember? Was it Teddy Pendergrass? It was in a regular one or something like that, right? That's the first time I ever heard the word transgender. And I'm like, what in the world? I didn't know. I know I'm just being very honest about it. Yeah, y'all can call me stupid, crazy, whatever. But that was the very first time I ever heard the word transgender. That situation with Teddy Pendergrass had a wreck or something. It had, y'all, I'm being very honest. I said it when I realized that today, it dawned on me. I said that was the first time I ever heard the word transgender. When I heard the situation with Teddy Pendergrass, I'm just being honest, y'all. So don't come at me. Don't come at me.
The
Let's be
first time,
honest.
the first time when I heard transgenders was around like in the middle part of 2000s because it was transsexual for a long time.
Right, right. Mm-hmm.
So at that time, when transgender was coming out, my life is horrible. My male life is horrible. I got so many girlfriends. I'm on drugs heavy. I got kids, and I'm not going to New Orleans like I need to breathe. So I'm dealing with a family life
Mm-hmm.
and trying to get back in church, and I'm working and all this and that, and that's
Let
what
me
it is.
let's answer a question here. Rochette Miss Denise said, "What would you do when you went back and forth to Louisiana to let Larica out?
What I used to do,
What would you do?"
party, party. It was party time because I wanted some air. I wanted to breathe. I want to see what was this girl that always been there inside of me. What what do she represent? What attracts her? Who are attracted to her? And I found out it was men and women.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Men and women I was bad back in the day. I was bad. But
Uh-huh.
I never did any sexual orientation with nobody because I knew I had to come back to Mississippi. But when I first went to New Orleans, I was done with Mississippi. I wasn't coming back
Wow.
until my baby mama, that she wasn't my baby mama at the time,
Mm-hmm.
called me and told me she was in an accident and a whole lot of other stuff. And,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, and I
So
was
when
like,
you
damn.
so when you were being when you was Larry and you was being with women, that wasn't enjoyable for you. What you was
Well,
making yourself do that, right? You was making yourself be attracted to women. Oh, you was making yourself do that. Okay.
Well, I was attracted to women because when my uncle Avery used to touch me like that, I knew I was a girl, but in my mindset, I was like, I don't want no dude to touch me because I'm looking like a dude, you know. So by me, you know, coming out as Larica, in my mind, in my free mind, I'm like, I ain't coming back to Mississippi.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't no attraction. I just was going to just be my true self. And whatever that, fell in play, that's what it was going to be. But I got connected back with my baby mama. So that knocked that out the park.
Wow.
And
Now,
I knew I had to come back and be a hood nigga. So I didn't want to just, within my self, I did not want to be that way around my homeboys. And if I've been with a man, I was not gonna be with a man as Larry. I told myself that.
Mm-hmm.
I represented it. I wasn't gonna be with no man, and I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
as Larry. But as Larica now, this is
Mm-hmm.
the ball game now, baby.
The moment now, babe, I
This
love
is
you.
the ball game.
So, Miss Alicia McKinney, I remember when I was, I remember when I was transsexual. Hmm.
Transsexual is transgender.
Okay, so what is she trying to say? I remember when I, so can you elaborate a little bit, McKinney? I remember when I was transsexual. Is it something that she's not no more?
I think he was talking about at the time when it was just transsexual.
Oh, okay, okay, okay,
She might be an older
okay,
trans. So at that time, that's what it was. See, now it's this era. It's transgender now. At that time, she probably talking about that era.
and Miss Davis, she said, "Bless your heart." And Miss Hawkins, she said, "Queen, you are beautiful."
Thank you, baby.
She said, "You are beautiful." And
Thank you. I try to be.
Miss Ward, Lee Ward says, "Did you have relations with trans women or women as Larica early on?"
No, no. When I when I was Larica, I was attracted to transgender women because I always been with women. So I was like, if I was going to give it up, I wanted to be a trans woman.
Okay.
So I could have somebody who could teach me on what to do and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
As a trans woman.
Mm-hmm. Cause that's
And hmm,
how you learn, right? That's how you got all your knowledge and all from being in the community, right?
yes, I got all my knowledge of once I fully came out. I got
Mm-hmm.
all my knowledge from my transgender mom, Nakaya Jackson. She lived in Milwaukee, and my transgender sister, Akivia Green. She's in Milwaukee. They laid the game down.
So let me ask you this: when did you finally just say, "Fuck it"? I'm just gonna let the world know what is going on, who I am. When did you bust through that cocoon, or whatever? When did you just say, "Fuck it, it's time to do this"?
when I was when I was in the middle stages of my marriage with my wife.
Oh, you was married. Okay.
Yes, I wasn't married to my baby mama. I was married to a church member, a former church member at another church I had ended up going to, and
Okay.
we was close. I mean, we was tight back then,
Mm-hmm.
but in the middle of the marriage, and also at the beginning of the marriage, I noticed that I couldn't control Larica. Larica wouldn't let me be attracted to her as Larry.
Wow.
I did not want to have sex with my wife. I didn't even want to consummate the fucking our marriage.
Uh-uh.
I wanted to dress up, but I couldn't because I just couldn't tell her. But I made myself, even though even though we consummated it, it wasn't all that.
Mm-hmm.
And me and my wife struggled sexually for a couple months because mentally I was mentally I wasn't attracted to her.
Really?
No, emotionally I wasn't attracted to her either.
But you did that because.
I loved her. I did love my wife, and I felt like that she was the person that I could finally come out to because I know her secret. She told me her story,
Okay.
so I
Okay.
was like, I could finally come out. I could hatch. But until I found out how fucking bipolar my fucking wife was, common sense kicked in, and I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. She didn't make me feel trustworthy like how my baby mama made me feel trustworthy to open up to her.
Mm-hmm.
So when I waited, it was in sometime in October, and I told myself, and I was on drugs real heavy,
Oh God.
stupid, because I'm trying to suppress, and my wife was
Right.
noticing.
That's what I get ready to say. You were trying to cover that pain, yeah.
Yeah, and my wife was noticing some things. That's why I knew that it was hard for me. I knew Larica was really trying to hatch, and she didn't want to come back in. And I'm gonna rewind a little bit.
Go ahead
I
on.
remember
It's okay.
sometimes when my wife used to be at work and I used to be off, and I used to work at KFC. We used to live in Bruce, Mississippi,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember plenty of times. I heard Larica call. And my wife was a sharp dresser, and me and her was about. I knew I could wear her dresses, and she had some pretty wigs too. And I used to get pulled and called to go in the bedroom, and I used to just feel that urge to
Wow.
go. And I used to open up the closet door, and I'm like, no, I can't do this. But I'm grabbing her clothes and I'm touching it and I'm taking it out, and I'm like, no, 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 I'm fighting it. But it was so fucking hard to do. So I panicked. But in the panicking, I didn't let her know that I was going through that dilemma. I was just thinking how to get out of this marriage.
Right.
So I waited till we had the next big argument. And that's when I told her, look, I can't do it. I can't do this no more with you. I'm ready to sign those papers. I'm going to New Orleans. So it happened. And I went to New Orleans to Hatch, go and get my apartment and everything. But when I got my apartment, I was in the wrong neighborhood. Then Hurricane Ida came and I was trapped.
Mm.
And the drug use then got suicidal like.
Oh my gosh,
I
no.
couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe. And I had the more drugs I used, the more it numbed me out just to sustain Larica, because Larica was hatching. And
Mm.
that's the truth of my life on that part. It really was the truth. I just didn't care. I wanted to break free. I didn't care if I OD'd. I was just tired. And when I felt like that the world was smothering me, that's when I left New Orleans and got with an ex in Laurel, Mississippi, an older lady, because I used to knock off, older women too. I had a lot of women.
Mm-hmm.
And I was with her, and I said about 3 months, my desire of having sex with a woman just was done. So I moved out of the bedroom and moved into the other bedroom, and I was in there by myself, and I was crying in the bathroom, damn near every night, trying to OD, thinking about what my uncles did to me, thinking about suicide, and I just said, "Fuck it, I'm tired."
Mm.
And I cried for hours in that bathroom. And my girlfriend at the time, she used to knock on the door because I used to be in there so long.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was, we had two bathrooms in another room. So that whole room section, it was mine. So I was, I said, I need to try to figure out what the hell I'm going to do, how I'm going to kill myself. But somehow something ran across me going on the internet or something, or YouTube or something. Then I saw this thing dealing with transgender support group.
Mm.
So I got on to the transgender support group, but I took the transgender. I took the gender dysphoria test to see did I have gender dysphoria? Was I transgender? And I took the test twice. I was transgender.
It's a test for that. Can you elaborate that gender dysphoria?
Well, the gender dysphoria is when your identity don't match with your body part that you was assigned.
Wow, they got a test for that. Wow. See, I'm
Yeah,
learning.
they have a test for, it's tests for everything on this planet. And I took it twice. And I passed it every time. I was transgender because, like how some people watch movies and stuff like that, and if you're a man, you're gonna be in tune with the male character.
Mm-hmm.
But I was in tune with the female character, and I was, even though my homeboys, I bumped a lot of rap, but I was listening to Beyonce and all the other stuff. I was more. I always kept that other part with me because Larika was always there.
Mm-hmm.
I just had the other part to block the world for people won't see Larika,
And
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 that's pretty much. Hmm?
you felt like you still submerged Eureka down. You was at the age now that it was just time to let her free, but you still kept her suppressed. Why? Why did you still keep her? What was going on that you still kept her down there after the marriage? After the marriage.
Well, like I said, I just wanted to. I wanted to hatch. With a whole new area, nobody to know me. I was gonna.
Okay.
I didn't want nobody to know, and I had kids. But
Mm-hmm.
when I was in the transgender support group, they was building me. They was encouraging me, and I
Okay.
was hearing their stories,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of their stories fit with my life. So I was like, yes, this is it. I'm here. So I was starting to come out. I started dressing back up and all this and that, and I was trying to feel comfortable of letting people see me with a
Okay.
wig and lipstick stuff on.
Mm-hmm.
It was a group,
Yeah,
and they empowered me.
that's
They
good.
they embraced me.
Yes. Yes.
They embraced me, and they gave me enough strength to be confident to come out. So I was working at Burger King at the time, and I started coming out with my nails painted.
Okay.
And then I was coming out when I was getting more serious with it. That's after when I made the confession one video because I was made confession one the last time me being Larry, but that was going to be the last time of existence.
Mm.
But it was the viewers on Facebook that reached out to me and was telling me to live your truth, and I was shocked because I thought I was going to receive death threats and all this hate shit and all this and that because I didn't want nobody to find my body and nobody knew what the fuck why I did it. So that's why I made the video.
Mm-hmm.
But when people responded, I was getting phone calls from my homeboys and stuff like that, classmates.
All right now.
I was like, I think Larica could go and do this.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just little by little, I was wearing ear. I went on got my ears pierced because I never had my ears pierced,
Mm-hmm.
and I was with another girl then, but she was an older one, but she was 53, and I told her about it while I was talking to her. And she said she don't know, it was exciting. And she was the first woman that allowed me to dress up as Larica with her.
Ah,
So
wow.
she used to buy me wigs, and I was putting my craft back together for makeup and all that type of stuff. And I was going to work with nails painted. I was going to work with earrings now. Now I'm going to work with wigs,
Right.
makeup, and all
And
this and that. And all the Larica never looked back.
wow.
Then I got on hormones. Soon after I came out,
What's
I
gonna
got on hormones.
now
About a
what
week later.
that suppresses everything, like the hormones when it what the why did you
Well,
do why
huh?
did you do what does the hormones do for you transgender? What do they do?
The hormones, because in the beginning, I took the estradiol and I was taking spironolactone. The
Well,
spironolactone,
you got
that's
what they do because I don't know.
the spironolactone that brings your testosterone levels down, of making you aggressive and as a man, you wake up in the morning, your dick hard and you want to be up, you want to get something. So that suppresses my testosterone because the estradiol is the feminine pill.
Okay.
And it transforms you, your body. It transforms your emotions and all
Wow.
this and that, and it redistribute the fat that is in your body. Like my cheekbones, I noticed that my cheekbones was going up, and I was getting real sensitive, and it was doing the work on me. It was doing the work on me. Then I got on progesterone when I went to Milwaukee, and that's when my titties blew.
Wow. So that's what that does. The progesterone it gives you your breasts.
Well, estradiol do it too. It just when I got off the pill of the estradiol and got on in the injection shot. Matter of fact, the injection shot's right here.
Mm-hmm.
This is the estradiol injection shot, but the needles and stuff up there.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got on that, I was taking the progesterone pills. That's up there too. And I kept taking about 3 weeks later. I noticed that my breasts was starting to get sore, and they just blew up. They blew up.
You have to do that the rest of your life. You got to take that the rest of your life.
Yes, until I have the vaginoplasty surgery. Now, once I have the vaginoplasty surgery, that's me getting a vagina. I won't have to take the spironolactone.
Okay.
I
Do you
just take straight
you
feminine.
do you see that's where you gonna do that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know what I am.
Yes. Exactly. Exactly. Yes. Miss Griffin. She said, Queen Larica, we love you.
I love you too, baby. Thanks for tuning in, girl.
And Miss Terry. She said, what what was your drug of choice?
Cocaine.
Oh, what?
Cocaine.
Woo. That's a party. Ooh wee.
Yes, I was a cocaine guzzler.
And
But
you did
it was other drugs. It was other drugs too, which I
mhm.
ain't gonna name.
Right,
But
right, right.
yeah, but cocaine was the primary drug.
Miss Riley said, I'm so glad you're free, baby. Yes.
Thank you. I'm glad that I'm free too, boo.
And Miss Davis, she said, bless your heart. Got a
Thank
question.
you.
Got a question here. She said, if and put my glasses on. Can you see that one? Can you see it?
Yeah.
Oh, if anyone's first time watching the Rika story, please follow her on Facebook, YouTube, and now on TikTok. Her cash app is 15. Y'all see that? We'll keep that up there. Y'all see that?
Thank you, baby. Thank you, Fifi.
Thank you, Fifi. Let's see. Got another story. Appreciate that. Miss Davis, she said, yes, we love you and thank you for sharing your story with us.
You welcome, baby.
I just love to hear you say baby. I just love to hear you say baby. I do. So, Miss Jones said, hey, boo, I love watching your show.
And continue to watch, baby, and continue to share
Exactly.
those stories, share my videos because it's a message. And the
Exactly.
message is to have people to be aware
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
of family incest and child molestation through family.
Mm-hmm. Through, yeah,
So continue to share that.
ancestral molestation. That's what it's called. Miss Gilbert said, "I love you, sis."
I love you too, baby.
Miss Preston said, "I'm glad. I'm glad you free. I'm free. You walking in your truth, Queen." Yes,
Thank you,
exactly.
boo.
Miss Miss Carter. If I'm saying your name wrong, I'm so sorry. Miss
Kuko.
Kuko. Okay. Why won't you have to take? Why won't you have to take the hormones after the surgery?
Why won't you have? Because I wouldn't have to take the spironolactone because I told what I said earlier that the spironolactone deals with your testosterone. So by me having the testicles removed, there's no more testosterone. So there's no need for me to take it.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else I have to take.
Exactly. And Teach Talk, she said, definitely an eye opener. Yes, Miss Talk. Yes, it is. So I want you, I want to ask you this.
Hmm.
People watching, and there's people watching live, and there's gonna be some people watching after the replay. I mean the replay and all. Let's talk about those ones that's still in the closet. Just still in the closet, scared to death. Let's
Hmm.
talk about that. Talk about that, Queen.
Well, I know they fears of them being in the closet because basically they live in a double life.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that sometimes when you could be in the family and you have to be this way, but your inside feelings is that way, so you don't want to give the family a bad name.
Mm-hmm.
Then a lot of people they end up having kids and they end up bonding with those kids, but that thing on the inside is constantly turning and turning and turning. But they go on in life doing living a double life and being miserable.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the fear of when you growing up and you see how a lot of people in the LGBTQ plus community, most definitely transgender women, was getting beat and murdered and all this and that. So that struck up a lot of fear too.
Yep.
So I understand. I understand. I faced some of those same thoughts, but the thing was that I ended up having kids, and I wasn't gonna leave my baby mama to raise those kids by myself because my daddy wasn't there. So I
Yeah.
was committed to
Yeah.
those kids.
I meant to ask you, were your dad around? Okay. So he
No,
wasn't.
he wasn't that bastard.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And nothing wrong with that, baby. It's your feelings, baby. Don't have.
Hmm.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. Speaking.
Yeah, but I also want to encourage those who are in the closet to really think about it because
Now listen.
there's nothing like being your true self. And because a lot of people that are trapped in the closet, they have a very strong religion of faith-based family,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and a lot of people that struggle with the situation that I struggle with don't want to embarrass the church, don't want to embarrass uh, the person who's in a family because sometimes they can have the multiple families or the whole family.
Mm-hmm.
Very serious in the church, but they can't do it. Then a lot of people fear if they do come out, family gonna kick them out to the curb, friends gonna turn their back, and
Yep.
all this and that. But I'm here to tell you today that I am a living witness. So be it. Fuck all that shit. Fuck all that shit. You don't supposed to fear nothing but God. That's the only person who you supposed to fear.
Mm-hmm.
Family could say all this and that, and your friends could say all this and that. Once you leave your friends and your family, you got a whole nother family just
That's
waiting
right.
to embrace you.
That's right, Queen. That's right.
And I'm a true witness of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm letting you know, once I accepted who I was, and Akivia introduced me to Nakaya, which is her mom, her transgender mom, and I got up under her wing,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm the baby.
Mm-hmm.
And then she taught me the ropes, her and Akivia, and I am so fucking grateful.
Mm-hmm.
And now, since the situation dealing with blood family, I have family all over the world through social media.
Come on now.
So I just want to let you know, if you trap, if you live in a double life, and you want to come out, and you've been watching my videos and you got that urge to come on out, I'm telling you right now, God damn it, come on out.
Mm-hmm.
Get it over with.
Mm-hmm.
Throw up your middle fingers and say, fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
You'll
Yeah.
feel better. Now,
Yeah.
it's going to be a bumpy road, but it will get better. It just depends on how you carry yourself. If you come out and you serious about your transitioning, don't let nothing shift you or distract you away from you developing your crafts. Of
Exactly.
you, I don't know if you lesbian, gay, bi, trans, or whatever, but whatever you are, come on out, because the LGBTQ plus community, we have people. I don't know what state you in. I don't know what town you in. Sometimes you may have to leave town.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's
Sometimes you
right.
may have to leave town, baby.
Mm-hmm.
But you make sure you leave with some money so you can buy your stuff and come and find the best thing. What I did is went to a gay club.
I've heard people say that. I really, yeah, I've heard people say that. Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to find your peoples, go to the gay club and mingle, because you're around your kind now. You're a little bit looser, so
Mm-hmm.
you end up getting in the conversation, and you may end up getting a number, but they could lead you to where to go
Where to go?
and to meet certain people. And sometimes when you doing all that, you'll end up seeing other people's in the LGBTQ plus community, and you can get more information, and you end up getting a bond and a friendship, and that's when your family start.
That's where your family start. Exactly.
That's where you belong.
Those friends that when if they leave you because you walk in your truth, they ain't your friends. They won't
No,
never be your friends. But
no,
it got to be exhausting living double lives. It just got to be freaking exhausting.
yeah,
Trying. Oh my God. So if y'all
yes,
listening, y'all watch the replay. Now let me ask you this, Queen. Will it be safe for me to say this? Say like somebody watching, right?
uh huh.
Or watch it on YouTube, whatever they're gonna see it. Will it be safe for me to say like if somebody reach out to you and say, Queen, I saw your interview on Miss J Speaks. I want to come out to my family. I got a question, Queen. Would you be on the Zoom with me while I talk with?
Yes, I would. I will be there because I am a true and firm believer. I am the ambassador of the Stand and Walk With Me movement. I
Yeah.
will be there in your corner if you
All right.
want to come out with your family.
So
I will be on the Zoom with you,
y'all
or
heard
no matter how you do it, I will be there for your full support.
FaceTime on FaceTime, on Zoom, however you want to do it. If you want to come out to your family, Queen just told you, reach out to her and she'll be right there to your support. Be on that FaceTime with you, be on that three-way call with you. However, she just told you she would do that. She just
Yes, I will most definitely do that because I care about people being in their true lifestyle, in their true identity.
Gotta do that.
because that's the only way you're gonna have peace.
And I know you're
So
at peace now. You're at peace now.
yes, I'm at peace within myself. Everything is together now.
Mm-hmm.
I am the whole person now. So
Mm-hmm.
I am so fucking happy. I mean, I
Me
can care
too.
less what another motherfucker think. I can care less what another motherfucker feel. It's
Mm-hmm.
about how I think and how I feel.
There you go. Y'all hear that? Exactly. And that's the way I want. If somebody watching, they want to come out. That's what you gotta feel. You don't care what somebody gonna say. It's time for you to break free and be you. Stop living that double and triple life. So you probably get tired of it. Can't hardly remember who you are that day. You gotta be tired and exhausted. You got to be,
Yeah,
man. You got.
yes. I can also tell you, Miss J, that when it was really wearing me down when I was going back and forth from Clarksdale, Mississippi to New Orleans, back and forth, back and forth. That shit was wearing me out.
But you was doing that for a purpose, for a reason.
I was doing it because I had to be a daddy and a lover for my baby mama and my kids.
How did they feel when Eureka came?
Well, my kids,
Yeah.
they accept me.
All
They
right.
accept me. I mean, my daughter, she's my firstborn,
Mm-hmm.
and when I came out, she came out a couple months after as a stud.
Okay. Okay.
But me and my kids talked, and my daughter told me, she's like, "You living in your truth." So I'm happy for you. And my son told me that he's happy for me. He's 17.
All
My
right.
daughter 18.
Mm-hmm.
So they love me. But I had to let them know I'm not daddy no more. I'm your mom, dad, or your dad, mom.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
said I am Larica, and my daughter, she gave me full, closure, insurance that it's all right, and
Wow.
I'm most definitely happy about
I
that.
know. I know 'cause you got some children. You ain't coming around me. You ain't coming around my children. You ain't gonna see your grandchildren never. You got family that'll do that, and that's wrong. That's just
well,
wrong.
I knew when I was in that character as their daddy, I was a strict dad. I was very protective, but I was a fun dad.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I was a serious dad. Didn't play shit. Didn't play that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I let them know. I let them know that I loved them, and
Yes.
I always told my daughter that she was beautiful. Damn near every day.
Yeah, that's right.
I always told my son he was handsome. He gonna get all the girls.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was that person.
Wow. Miss Ward, she said, when are you having your voice and sex reassignment surgery, and what do the doctors do?
Well, I'm having my voice surgery in a few months, but I got to go to voice therapy first. Now, I already mentioned about the sex reassignment surgery. That's going to happen sometimes about the end of next year.
Okay. By the end of next year. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm gonna have a surgery before that.
Okay. Miss I can't say it, but Coco, she said, I'm a lesbian. I identify as non binary. As a child, I didn't identify with a girl, but I didn't identify as a boy either. So I understand. Okay, now help me understand this. What does non binary mean? I want to know.
Well, non-binary when you don't accept no gender, you just a person.
Okay, non binary as a child. So she's understand. All right, let me see. Asexual. What is asexual?
Girl, there's so many sexuals. I forgot my damn self. Because
Uh,
everybody I deal with, they pansexuals.
Miss Terry, she said, I thought, although I am not gay, my understanding of life has changed. I look forward to our conversation on Zoom calls. I have learned to love you as a friend.
Well, thank you, Tanya Terry. Thank you, baby, for loving me and to open up your mind and your heart to
Mm-hmm.
understand that we humans. We ain't no foreign alien on this planet trying to scare people. We just being our fucking selves.
Exactly. Miss
This
J,
we are something that the Bible don't talk about.
you're
Yeah.
right.
But Miss J, I want to bring this out since it's on my mind.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
A lot of people that are homophobic, they only homophobic because of what tradition has spoke for its faith.
Society, exactly. Society. Yep. Yep.
But the fact of the matter is, if they really read their Bible in the beginning of Genesis, the Bible said that God said, "Let's create man in the image of us, male and female." Right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So, what are the hermaphrodites? They have both sexual parts, and they are distinguished from male and female. But the Bible don't talks about as names say or titles say hermaphrodites. What man did, they done separated it and say male because you got a penis, female because you got a vagina. But a hermaphrodites have both sexual organs. But the people who do not have no true insight of what they saying or what they reading is that, so which, if the hermaphrodites wasn't a mistake, so we the mistake? But they say that God don't make mistakes.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
But there are people on this planet right now with two sexual organs, right? I mean it's scientific. I mean we know this.
Yeah. Yeah. Hermaphrodite. Yeah.
So when a person who was born with a dick
Mm-hmm.
and they inward inward feelings and brain is female, oh, that person abomination, that person going to hell,
Right.
or if that if,
Abomination. You ain't got no business being gay. You abomination. You going straight to
yeah.
hell. Yep.
Yeah, then you got this female that look like a female, but really is a dude on the inside. But
Wow.
they got a vagina, but they
Wow.
don't have two sexual organs. So what gender then, and or what gave these people who started to segregate gender and to push the hermaphrodites out the picture, and when transgender came, it just fucked everybody head up. But they ignoring that the hermaphrodites, really, that's probably what all of us might should have been born as.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But doctors want to say that it was a birth defect. I can't say that when the Bible tells me that let's create man in the image of us, male and female.
Come on.
I speak the truth.
Yeah, I know, and I don't, and I that's what I want you to do. Peter Preston said, "Well, it's a blessing that your kids love you. That's good. That's good." And
Thank
Miss
you.
Paul, she said, "Do you guys think gay can be genetic?"
That's a slippery slope to me because I don't think that it's genetic. I mean, my opinion is that I don't think that, but it might be. I don't know.
Can you be gay through genetics?
Yeah, that means if your family member's gay, would your child be gay?
Right.
That's how I'm hearing.
I'm thinking that, yeah. Miss
Yeah,
Nisha said, once you heal, things will get better. Exactly. Exactly, Miss Nisha. Miss Peterson, she said, I done seen some peoples with both parts, but they was born that way. So she's seen a hermaphrodite. Miss Preston, she's seen a hermaphrodite. Wow.
yeah.
Miss Nisha, she said, I'll share my experience with you via inbox. I have a story. Okay.
Okay, baby.
Yeah, okay.
Let me jump into this to get this thing rolling. This is a question. I understand that y'all want to shout out love, but this is the
Mm-hmm.
time that you can ask questions,
Question. Mm-hmm.
not give out shout outs and all this and that, because time's ticking.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. No more questions. And Miss Karika, she said, hey, she just saying, hey, everybody. Okay, so Miss Nisha, I guess she's gonna be inboxing you. She's gonna be do that. All right. So I said earlier that we gotta talk about this exciting thing that happened to you today.
Okay.
Remember when you called me this morning? Yeah.
Talk about little Boosie badass.
Yes. Yeah, you
Okay.
got to bring that up here. Yes. That was
Okay.
I'm gonna let you tell it. I'm gonna let you tell it.
Well, when I did the live last night, when I got off the live last night, one of my homeboys had called me from way back in the day, and he just found out that I'm transgender because he didn't recognize me.
Oh wow.
so so we were just talking and all this and that. And he was very happy for me. I mean, a lot of my homeboys from back then, they are still with me.
All right. See,
And,
that's friends. Yeah.
hmm and he mentioned to me that somebody had that he was watching live and that the girl who's on here, her name Tish, talk and
Okay.
said that Boosie posted your video on page, but when I was doing my live, like you how I usually do, I never pay attention when I'm talking.
Right.
So this morning when I looked at the live and I saw it, so I went to Facebook and I typed in Boosie Badass. And I scrolled probably about maybe from about 5, 6 scroll thumbs, and there goes my video. And when I saw that, and I seen that his subheading said "Watch Your Kids,"
Mm-hmm.
and also he had put in the video that my uncle, he said the uncle ruined them, which is referring to me and my brother, which is the truth,
Mm-hmm.
which was the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw Boosie Badass had posted it on his page, I was so overwhelmed that that let me know that the message really got far.
Yes, that's
But
right.
then I get these stupid ass people
Yep.
that want to jump on my page and say that ain't his real page and all this and that. I don't want to hear nothing about what Boosie done said
Mm-hmm.
or what he might have said.
Mm-hmm.
What I do know that what he did respect is the awareness for children.
Exactly.
And that is my fucking message. I don't care about none of that other shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He listened to the message, he felt it,
Exactly.
and he
Exactly.
don't and he expressed himself by him saying at the subheading, watch your kids. And
Yeah.
everybody want to bring up crap what he done said about the LGBTQ plus, even the LGBTQ plus community even said shit about the straight world.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And my movement is not to have everything segregated based on what people done said.
Right.
What this movement is on, what the Stand and Walk With Me movement is about. It's universal. It's
Yes.
the help to save the child. It's about guiding those victims who are my age, younger, or gray hair, to
Mm-hmm.
give you, so I could be a beacon of light to you, to give you knowledge and insight, to educate you on how to love yourself again,
That's right.
and to mentor to parents who have LGBT kids growing up in their family and they don't know how to fucking deal with them.
Exactly. That's right. That's right.
That's what this movement about. Because people don't know shit,
Mhm. Mhm.
but people want to try and say uh, shit because they so sensitive and
Mhm.
not really looking at things in the right context. And I saw what he did was just pure love.
Yes,
I
that's
thought
what
it
it
was
was.
beautiful.
And I couldn't believe that people are trying to read negativity into that, because that that's gonna go far. This is speaking volume now, because he got celebrities following him.
That's Boosie badass.
Yeah, exactly. And believe it or not, I'm 61 years old, but I love I said some Boosie. I rang a video.
Yeah,
Now this old ass woman like me. Yes, I do. I like Boosie.
yeah,
I've been for quite a while.
yeah.
He's real. He's
He's
real.
real. He's real, and I had to respect, even though he's have said what he said. But it just let me know that he respect the message.
The message. That's the only thing that mattered, was the message in that video. He saw it and he felt it, and he felt he had to share that. He
Yeah, and come to find out, I'm sorry to cut you off, but to put it on record, that is originally Boosie real page.
is that
That's his verified, authentic page. That's really was his page. And I got in touch. I sent the email to him. I even sent comments on the page as well to let him know that I appreciate
yes, yes. It's
it.
just bad how
And
people try to throw negativity into that, trying to crush your day. You see what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I wasn't gonna let nobody can touch me with a 10-foot pole, no matter what they say or
Hmm.
what they're trying to explain, because I know I can always block their ass and
Exactly.
I don't have to deal with it no more. You see what I'm
Exactly.
saying? But I know that for as me staying focused on the movement and to help the message to get far, that's what I'm gonna do.
Exactly. That's what it's all about, y'all. Just helping Queen get her message out there. Um, Follow her on her page. Stand and walk with me, the movement. That's your business page. That's your page for your business, right?
For the movement,
The
yes.
movement. And you got the Narika page also. But that's the one you
Yeah.
want them to follow. That stand.
Stand
Everybody
and walk with me.
Queen. That's what you do. That's what you do. Go to her page. Follow her page. Do like it says, stand and walk with me, the movement. It's
Yes.
about trying to help her get this out here, because do y'all understand, it took courage to sit anytime. I said this on my makeup live. Anytime somebody sit on Oprah stage or Donahue stage and they telling their story, that takes courage to be able to do that. You got to really be ready to do this and get on out there and do your thing, say what you gotta say. That's why I said give it up for her coming up here telling her story, because she didn't have to do it.
Yeah.
She didn't sit back there just like everybody else sitting back. She didn't have to. No, she want her message out here. It's about saving these children. And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. What I did on one of my other shows. I'm gonna say this. If you are involved, or let's put it back. If you know your child has been involved in ancestral molestation, and you as a parent keeping your mouth closed,
You're
you
going to hell.
you're going to say it again, Queen.
They going to hell.
You're going to hell, because you don't do that. Your child come to you and tell you, Uncle so and so or Daddy did this to me, or the babysitter. You better listen and look into it. You better do that,
That's right.
because
That's
kids
right.
by the wayside behind this stuff. Just like I'm just saying what you just said. Now, how you start dealing with drugs. The reason why you try to suppress all that stuff,
Yeah.
try to suppress it, try to suppress it. You went through, mm, but look at you now. That's the thing. Beautiful smile, beautiful smile. Your
I
journey,
think.
your journey is not finished, baby. It's not. Your journey is beginning. It
Thank you,
is.
Lou.
And I told you, That thing with Boosie, watch and see what flourish after that. Don't worry about what the most folks gonna be on your page saying, but you sit back and you watch what gonna flourish after that.
Hmm.
You watch
But
that.
you know, like I said, for the people who know me on how I do my lives, they know that it's another switch to me. So
Mhm.
what I said earlier, but other people come in on my page because I get everybody equal ground to express how they feel.
Right.
And but I see that a lot of things that people do, they don't even really look at the message. Like I know I discern that a lot of people not even in tune with the movement, but they want to see what I'm wearing or what I'm, you
I got
know, or how I'm doing my makeup and all this and that. That's on them. That's on them.
right.
But what I am here for is to love you,
Come
to
on now.
empower you, to give you encourage that everything is okay. And if you've been a victim of family incest, child molestation, that it wasn't your fault,
Exactly.
that you are not alone no more. You have a voice and you have
Mm-hmm.
a platform now that
Mm-hmm.
you can come to and that you can vent and get it out.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, with that being said, I want you to close it out. I want you to tell people how, even though I said it, I probably said it too quick. So fast, I know I talk fast sometimes. Tell people how they can reach you, all of that.
Well, the best place you can really reach me is through Facebook, through Messenger.
Mm-hmm.
That is the best place for you to really reach me because I always read my messenger every day. I'm very slowful of getting my number, but if you message me and if what I'm hearing that is to my heart,
Exactly,
I,
because that's what matters.
yeah. Or I also have a WhatsApp number on my Stand and Walk with Me page. You can always call me through WhatsApp.
Hold on, you got a WhatsApp number?
I don't know about hard,
Okay, because I was
but
gonna
all
have.
they can do is go to the page; they'll find it.
Okay, I gonna say I was gonna have it scrolling at the bottom. Um, your WhatsApp number. That's how you can get in contact with her. You can do that. So and ain't no more questions. No more questions. I don't want nobody to say she didn't see my question. She no, I don't see any more. Do you see any more, Queen?
No, I do not. Everybody just pretty much expressing themselves out of
Yeah,
gratitude and love.
yeah. Well, I have really, truly, truly enjoyed this. I really have. I
Me
cannot wait
too.
to see the next chapter for you. Because it's coming. I'm gonna tell you, like my daughter-in-law had said, because some stuff was happening to me real good a couple months ago, and I was panicking, right? And she said, Mama Ann, she said, all you gotta do, and I'm saying the same thing to you, Queen. All you gotta do is be ready to embrace it and run with it. Be
I
ready
can do it. I can handle it, girl.
and run with it, despite of it all, because it's coming. It's coming. It sure
I
is.
believe it.
Thank y'all
I
for coming
believe it.
here. Any last words you want to give, Queen?
Well, my last words for tonight on your live is that I just want the world to know that there are family members that you think that will not molest you, that you think that will not molest your relative, your grandbabies, your sister or your brother or your cousin.
Mm,
Families been doing this shit for fucking centuries and it's still here. And I just want you to open your heart and mind to believe that child
yes.
that confides in you and express to you that so and so is touching them. That's my last word.
All right. Look, I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming up in here. Y'all just
Thank
don't know.
you.
Thank y'all. I mean, this was a topic. that need to be talked about, because that's what Miss J Speaks is all about. Bringing topics and talking about topics that people sweep under the rug. But we talked about this tonight. We really did. With that,
Thank you.
y'all have a good night.
Bye bye, everybody.
Thank you for coming.